Welcome to CS Tech Solution. Today is learning UI/UX design. Today is learn topics of create a paper wireframe. What are paper wireframes? Paper wireframes are a low fidelity sketch and of the app or as a website screens, and they show the basic layout functions of the element, helping the designers plan structures and save the times and the sketch problems areas. And why the wireframes are the important, as the wireframes is help the designer to identify the necessary content and is a focus on the structure and instead of the visuals and the attract quickly and as a test ideas and the communicate clearly with sketch holders. And start with research and user flows. As before the drawing, the designer says reviews the research and the storyboard and the user flows, and this the ensure the wireframes is support the real users need. And the main part, so the users will flow in apps and the prepare before the drawings is gather the simple materials as a paper, pencils, and write a list of the element to the include as a navigation, search, as a cart, image, text, etc. And this is helped and make sure the nothing important is missed. Create a multiple wireframes versions and draw a last 5 quick versions of the same screens, and use the simple rectangles and shapes and as a work fast, about 2 minutes per versions, and this is encourage the creativities and as explorations of the different layouts, and show the 5 different wireframes and look of all as the wireframes is different, and choose what work best as a review all the versions and the start most effective element and the decide the based on the user's need and a problem statement, and the combine into the refined wireframes and the merge the best stars element into the one, improve the wireframes and the home v1 is version 1 is this is refined the versions and becomes the base of the digital wireframes, and show the figures. And first is home v1 versions, and after the another all the 5 wireframes is there, and the stars has to give in a different things, like the menus and this as a starts bars and the navigation bars, and the product is so, and the items as to show, and the descriptions and the content as to show in a product. And complete the user flow as repeat the process for the key screens, like the menus, cart, checkout, and search, and the focus only on the critical screens that as support a smooth user journeys. And key takes away as paper wireframes is help the designer as explore the ideas quickly, refine the layouts, and build the complete user flows, and the creating multiple versions and refining the best ideas lead to the stronger portfolios and ready the designers. And create a Figma's account. As why we use the Figma's is a digital design tools that used to create wireframes as mock-ups and prototypes, and in the as a Google's UI/UX design certificates, and it is the main tools you will use to the designs and build the project. How to create a Figma's account? As first is go to the Figma's sign up the page, and sign up using the your emails or the Google's account, and choose the design, and then ask about your works, and after the select for the teachings or the talking the class as you as sorry as your the primary use. After as which plan to choice, as you can use the free Figma starters plans, and which include all the tools and needed to as a complete the course activities and the project. And after the setting up, as once your the account is created, and you will have access to the Figma's basic tools and use the throughout this course and the next two course. And you can also as watch the beginners YouTube's videos to learn basics, and notes about Figma's is a new interface, as a Figma's is rolling out a new interface and called as a UI3, and some the users may already see it, and the Figma's is provide the guides to um, help you learn the change or as a switch back to the older interface if as a needed. Learn more about using the gestalt principles in wireframes. What is a gestalt? Why as a gestalt principles? As a gestalt principles is explain how the woman's brains is a group's element recognize the patterns, and the simplify the visuals, and in UX designs they help make wireframes easier to understand, and more visuals organized. And why the gestalt principles is matter in a wireframes, as although the user's options can be the subjectives, as good design flows clear the visuals rules, and applying the gestalt principles is help the users as quickly understand that the element do, and how they the related to each the others. Three key gestalt principles is used in the wireframes. First is simply similarity is a element that look alike are previous to have a same functions. Example as using a same shape or as the size of all the users avatars, and placeholders is so they all the links to users as profiles, and show the figures to all the users profiles, and same shape and the size to show the list. Second is a proximity, as elements is placed close together are screens as related, and the example is placing learn more buttons near articles, and makes the users as understand the buttons, and the refer to chat the content, and so the learn more, and the click on to learn more the content in articles. And third is the common religions, as a element inside the same areas or as a borders are screens as a groups, and as a example is a navigation bars with backgrounds colors, or as a borders is help the users as recognize the groups navigations icons, and so the navigation icons as different backgrounds colors is gives, and the same color is gives, so the not perfectly so in design. Thank you to watch the videos. Please subscribe the channel, on the notification and bell icon. Thank you so much guys to watch the videos.